The top stories. Bar Association slams Supreme Court building as rats cause mayhem at two government departments. Car crashes into city store and cricket returns to Kensington. Welcome to Nation News for Thursday, February the 5th, 2015.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your news, your time, your way.
It is one of the most modern buildings in Barbados, but it is being deemed not fit enough for purpose. The Barbados Bar Association claims that the Supreme Court complex at White Park Road is responsible for a host of health challenges for those who work there. Speaking during a media conference, Bar Association President Tariq Khan said the building was not properly cleaned before it was handed over in 2009.
It is our responsibility to tell the public that this building has a host of health challenges, to the extent that some members who work within that building are unable to function throughout the day without falling into a seizure of coughing, watering eyes, and so on. In one of the courts, it is apparent that the walls are bubbling with some sort of fungal infestation. But I'm not an expert. I can only tell you what I see and what my colleagues see. Now if that is not a health hazard, I don't know what is. But those are the nuts and bolts issues that we have tried to resolve, not only myself, the former president, Barry Gale, Queen's Counsel, Andrew Pilgrim, Queen's Counsel before him, Leslie Haynes, Queen's Counsel before him. And we have failed miserably to find a solution to this problem. And yet, we continue to work in a building which we know has hazards. This is something within the gift of those who manage that building to resolve. This building is shut during the summertime. I can't see why there can't be a solution. But the public need to know about this.
Mr. Khan also proposed a series of measures to improve the administration of justice and alleviate a backlog of cases. And now to that story about rats, which have sent workers of two government departments scampering out of their offices. Apparently the rodents have been spotted running across desks, and annoyingly they have been leaving their droppings behind. Shop stewards from the Barbados Youth Service and the Youth Development Program say staff will not be going back into the buildings until industrial cleanings are done and reports from the Ministry of Health are in hand. The Youth Development Program is housed in Sky Mall, while the Youth Service is located at Waddens Industrial Estate. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth, Ruth Blackman, says the rats will be flushed out and an industrial cleaning will be done, most likely at the weekend. National issues such as the next budget by the Finance Minister and the planned 24-hour society will be among the issues discussed at the midterm meeting of the Barbados Workers' Union. More internal issues before delegates on February the 15th will include a medical insurance plan.
Of course, there are positions that we would readily wish to put. For instance, we would wish to see that in presenting the budget that the government through the Minister of Finance would not wish to impose any further taxes on the working class and on Barbadians in general. But I'm sure that our membership coming from the different divisions may have a number of views that they would wish to have us, their representative voice, express during the upcoming weeks prior to the budget and after the budget has been presented.
A vehicle ran off the road and crashed into the display window of Melwani's on Bridge Street just after 10 o'clock. The good news is that no one was injured. Two employees of the store, Cherish Harding and Sherry Ann Carrington, were on duty at the time. They told Nation News they had to scramble from the cash register when they heard the crash behind them. The driver, Suzette Blair, apparently lost control of her black SUV when she turned on to Bridge Street. The much-publicized drugs case involving a special constable was back in the magistrate's court. Constable Jimmy Thorne and two other men, his brother Jamal and businessman Ross Ashton, were each granted $35,000 bail. They had been remanded to Dodds on their first appearance in court last week. The trio must surrender travel documents and report to the nearest police station twice weekly. The case has been adjourned to April the 27th. After many complaints, Barbados received plaudits from two sources this week for its ease of doing business. And the International Business Services Group, the TMF Group, placed Barbados 9th among 81 countries rated. Now, Butch Stewart, the Sandals boss, says he couldn't have asked for an easier time in getting his new hotel here up and running.
It was all good. It was tremendous. Coming to Barbados, we'd never worked here before in any. And, you know, Barbados has reputations, great reputations, but it also has a reputation of getting things done, can be bureaucratic, etc. I mean, I can tell you, somehow that mold broke. I don't think we broke it, I just think it was certainly broken when we got here. We couldn't ask for better. It was as good or better than Grenada. So from that point of view, we really have nothing to complain about.
Also speaking during a media briefing at Sandals, Barbados on Wednesday was CEO of the Barbados Agriculture Society, James Paul. He said he was confident that local farmers will be able to provide produce which meets the demands of Sandals.
Certainly, based upon what he has provided, we are hoping that we can structure the production within the sector to be able to satisfy Sandals' demands. Now, we know that it's not going to be easy. It's not a relationship that is there already. And we do not have any existing hotels in Barbados that are likely to buy on the scale that Sandals is proposing to do. So we are hoping it's a learning experience, and we recognize that. But the point is really that we are hoping to benefit from that.
Sir David Seal's Hopefield Plantation in St. Philip was the venue for this week's open house of the Barbados National Trust. Sir Henry Fraser, the architectural historian, was on hand to give the lowdown on the plantation great house, Hopefield Manor. The next stop in the open house series will be at Kensington College on Wednesday. In sport, there seems to be no stopping Akila Jones. The national long jump record holder was named recently Female Athlete of the Week by the Big 12 Indoor Track and Field for her efforts at the Jayhawk Classic of the University of Kansas in the United States. Competing for the Kansas State Wildcats, Jones, the 19-year-old world junior champion, took first place in the pentathlon after winning 4 separate events. She also placed 4th in the 800 meters after posting a new personal best of 2 minutes 34.75 seconds. Cricket returns to Kensington Oval on Friday as third-place Barbados Pride resume battle in the West Indies Professional Cricket League against lowly Leeward Islands Hurricanes. Manager Hartley Reid told Nation News team morale was exceptionally high in the Barbados camp. Kensington had not been used previously during the season because devil grass had infiltrated the playing field, a problem that is now rectified. And finally, the wife of a senior manager caught having sex with an office junior in a steamy video which has spread around the world discovered he had been cheating on Facebook. The two workers, who both work at New Zealand's Marsh insurance firm, were seen getting frisky in their office on Friday night. Revelers at a bar across the street first saw the couple kissing, but then it got a little more X-rated. As the couple continued to enjoy each other's company, they made the error of leaving the lights on, allowing drinkers to film the scene. It's now emerged that the wife of the man found out about the steamy romp on Facebook and was left distraught. That's Nation News for Thursday. For more, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. And remember to pick up your Weekend Nation on Friday or subscribe to our e-paper.